All right. All good? Good morning. Happy Monday. This is Memorial Day. Just send a quick shout out to thank you to all the veterans and people in service. Thank you for your service. And we're thinking of those who are no longer with us. So my name is Melissa, and today with Jennifer and I on our Sister Sunday, we are bringing in a special guest, Renee Porter, who is a fellow partner of ours and friend, and she was allowed on because she's blonde, and everything matched. So we are hosting Renee today, and this was her excellent idea. We're going to have a fun, laid-back Sister Sunday style Q&A with my sister Jennifer, who, if you don't know, is a third grade teacher in a local school here in Pennsylvania. And maybe she can give us a 30-second synopsis of her career, because she's not always been in third grade, but has always, I think, been at the same school. And then we're going to talk to her about what she does in the summer to maximize her time of fun, getting all those chores done that you can't do during the school year. I saw a couple memes that said summer, when teachers get to be human again, and how she is supplementing her income, which I will tell you as her younger sister is something she has done almost every summer as a teacher. She used to tutor, she used to waitress, she used to, I don't know what else, babysit. And, now we've got something that takes up a lot less time. She doesn't have to leave her house, and she is putting extra cash in her pockets. So do you want to let us know a little bit about your teaching career, Jen?
Sure. I think I'll be completing my 24th year.
Wow.
And yes, I am at the same elementary school. I started as a long-term in second grade, and then I got my contract in kindergarten, moved to first grade, and now I have been in third grade. So I have taught all of the primary grades. Wow. So this is a crazy time of year, May, especially with all of the activities going on, taking down everything in the classroom, packing everything up, report cards, and we have a huge biography project that we're working on, and a wax museum.
And a wax museum. Okay.
Yes.
All in the next 10 days.
10, 7.
Okay, 7.
Yeah.
Good luck. So we have all met through a company called Juice Plus as whole food nutrition. And so we're just going to start with asking Jen, how did you get started, and when did you get started in Juice Plus?
I started, let's say, the beginning of 2019. And I started in order to pay for my products, fruit, veggie, and berry capsules. And I was getting free gummies for one of my children. And that's really why I started. And then actually, you were already taking Juice Plus capsules, and our mom wanted to start. And then my friend Dana said, why don't you become a partner and make money back on your own product? So actually, I can say that ever since I became a partner, I have not been paying for my capsules. So any sort of bonus or next level promotional bonus that I reach all went into, and my paycheck all went into a different account, and my capsules are taken out of that account automatically. So then I had a little extra money in that account, and I thought, well, now I'd like to work towards things that maybe weren't in our budget, and then maybe if I wanted to do something special with my hair, cost an extra $100, or if I wanted to get my nails done, or, things like that. And then my goal turned to, I'd like to do things in the house or outside the house. That again, maybe is something that we didn't have in the budget, or weren't budgeting for. So that's how I got started.
That's awesome. And I love extra money. The things that we can do that are outside of our normal budget are always fun, right? So you mentioned, or at least Melissa mentioned, that you have always, for years, had supplemental income. Is that specific to you, or is that something that you think most teachers do?
So when she said that, I was thinking, I can't remember when I actually stopped waitressing, maybe when I was pregnant. Because I used to waitress at a golf course in the summer. And yes, I would tutor. I think my babysitting days, Melissa, were over. Well, once I got a real job.
I think I meant waitressing, not babysitting. You get me to waitress and I broke my fake nail and didn't give people silverware. And they were
But I was thinking about my team. So I'm on a team of 6. And so I do something on the side, and 2 other teachers do something on the side in the summer as well. So that would be half of us on my 3rd grade team.
So do you think that's prevalent, that at least 50% of teachers are looking for something to supplement their income during the school year or even during the summer months?
I don't know if, well, it's hard to say. Maybe give or take, because if I think of another grade level, there aren't as many. It's more like 30%. But the average could be anywhere from 40 to 60, because like you said, everyone enjoys that little bit of extra cash that you can use. And if you're not doing something like really hard, demanding, time consuming, it could be very easy to supplement that income.
So in your opinion, what makes Juice Plus a great opportunity for teachers or anybody to have supplemental income or to earn a little bit of extra money?
Well, you do it by word of mouth. So wherever you are, literally airport, parks, dog park, children's park, the Y, your gym, anywhere, the grocery store, you can talk about Juice Plus, you can talk about nutrition, you could talk about health, you could have conversations, you can meet new people, you could do it at home, you could do it at your workplace, and it's literally through conversation. It's nothing extra really that you have to do. And if it's something that you already believe in and you're already passionate about, then it's just going to come naturally in your conversation, because we most likely talk to like-minded people.
So just like sharing a great movie that you saw or a great restaurant that you ate at or something like that. It's just easy.
Comes up in conversation. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
And that's what I was going to say. So it sounds like you probably decided to do this because it was something you were already doing. It initially benefited just you, but then just like Renee said, a good movie or a good book, you're just sharing your life. And I think when you share your life, and you are a good example of living the mission, you like to eat well, you have an active family, you take care of your mental health, your physical health, and it's just, people just know what you're doing, and you're not going out of your way like you have to drive to the golf course to go waitress. You are just talking to people and sharing, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing.
Yes.
From your porch.
Yeah.
The school.
Yes.
Or the beach.
Absolutely.
Wherever you want.
Or the gym, wherever.
The gym.
Sitting in a parking lot.
Okay. All right.
Waiting to pick someone up and dance, like wherever.
I love it.
Do you have a unique sharing experience that you'd like to share with us?
Good question. Pop-up question.
Yeah, pop-up question. Yeah. Any unique area or a unique experience where you've shared Juice Plus with somebody?
Well, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, when I don't have my accountability partner at the gym, I use that time in between. So, you take turns on your machine and doing reps. So, since I'm there by myself, I'll every single time I'll pick up my phone and I'll send a message, then do the next set of reps and then pick up my phone and send a message. So, you optimize that time that you have, especially if you're alone, and take advantage of those moments.
That's awesome. It
Other
sounds
than
like
that, I don't
it's
have
very
any-
flexible.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have any really interesting or bizarre stories, like skydiving and talking about it on the way down.
That would be an interesting one, right?
I want to talk to you about
Don't push you yet. Don't.
Is that on anybody's bucket list since it came up?
I don't think so. I
Renee?
think of it every once in a while, anything like that. Like not quite maybe skydiving, but anything where you're like dropping, at some amusement parks, how you go
Yeah.
up and you could like do on the bungee cord or like in a ball, not just like,
Yeah. I don't know, like I could, in my head, I feel like, wow, that would be really neat. But I was just telling someone the other day how I tried to get off a ride at an amusement park because I simultaneously have an anxiety attack and think I'm going to die. I think I'm going to throw up and I think I'm going to die. So I don't think if I went up in a plane, like I'd probably pass out after I jumped out. I'd be like, I can't get around. I think it sounds really neat, but I don't think I could ever.
hey, we could do a tandem style.
I don't know. Be like,
One would have to be experienced. You can't do that.
Clearly, yes.
all right, Renee, do you have another question for Jennifer, our teacher extraordinaire?
Well, teachers to me are almost like second parents to our children in the school system, right? So I'm sure that they're exposed and they see things that are very unique to children and to their families. Why do you think teachers would make great partners in Juice Plus? What are some of those unique intrinsic characteristics or exposures that they get that would really help them to see there's a need and to share this gift with others?
Well, I think the first thing that came to mind is we naturally talk. And in the elementary school, you're talking a lot more, than the secondary where things are more independent after the lesson, or hopefully there was a lesson. But I mean, I'm literally talking all day long, so it's very natural. And what we do is teach. So when you're sharing about Juice Plus, you're teaching, you're educating. Obviously, I believe no teacher would have gone into education unless you were passionate about children, youth, helping youngsters succeed, feeling that excitement when they do progress through the school year. And, again, it comes back to that passion. Like, so you have a passion, to teach chemistry or, what I mean, to teach young children. So that excitement, that passion comes out in your teaching. And if you're also passionate about health, wellness, and taking care of yourselves, it kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah. Melissa, this makes me think of Stephen Ritz in the Tower Garden. Doesn't it make?
Yeah.
That's a great opportunity. Is that something that you've been able to use? Or let's talk about what is the Tower Garden, Melissa? You want to give us like a little bit of a background on that? And then I would be curious, Jennifer, if that's something that you have found to be useful in your classroom.
Yep. So the Tower Garden is the other half of our business, and it is an aeroponic hydroponic growing system. We have two models. So one is mainly meant for outdoor, but can come indoor with lights. And the other one is called a Tower Garden Home. It's a smaller, sleeker edition meant to be inside, also needs lights. And what is amazing about the Juice Plus company that people don't always know, and I think it goes back to Jen speaking about the passion of being a teacher, why you are passionate about what puts you into the teaching position, because you're passionate about, youth and teaching and sharing. And the Juice Plus company is passionate about giving back and helping others. we're not worried about a sale. We're worried about helping people. We're worried about getting a message out about helping you live the best life you can live. And with the Tower Garden, there is a teacher in the Bronx named Stephen Ritz who realized that there was a deficiency in fresh produce in the Bronx. And he has, I can't even give you numbers, but we can post a link on this feed when it's done of the amount of schools that he has gotten Tower Gardens into and how he has literally changed the path of youth in the Bronx to these children learning how to grow their fresh produce, what to eat, sharing it with their family, maybe getting a Tower Garden in their own homes or their communities, and it's just having access to that fresh food. And what he did then was like, wait a minute, other teachers can do this. So you now have access to grants and educational
Curriculum.
Thank you.
Curriculum.
It's like, oh, that teacher curriculum that you can take into your school. So do you want to tell us about what you did at your school?
Well, I actually had the tower in my classroom before they had any of the curriculum. Like, I mean, we don't need to get hung up on curriculum because teachers have enough curriculum to teach. Like they honestly don't need one more thing to do. So it just comes naturally. So we have a tower in second grade, third grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade.
Wow.
So some teachers will share their produce with other classrooms in that grade level, or some grade levels like fourth grade, they will move the tower because their Tower Garden has wheels right to another classroom. And then they'll do it for, they'll replant the whole tower for that classroom. But for as long as I can remember, since I taught K1, 2, and 3, like all of those grade levels teach plants. So it already supplements the curriculum for what we're doing with plants and growing. And we also pair with the Kellen Foundation. And they are teaching us about real food and eating real food, like apple versus applesauce. And they come in and do lessons, and they have provided us an outside garden where we plant, and we plant our own seeds. So again, it fits right into what I'm doing. So then we have the Tower Garden in the classroom, and we will have salad parties. So we had 2 salad parties, and then we had a kale party. And I made pesto as well. So I took home parsley and basil and made pesto, and then brought it back, and we dipped crackers into the pesto.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, only this profession in Juice Plus can you also do apple tasting in your plant unit, because that was part of it. And, you know, as you're cutting the different colors, you know, we have like a red delicious, a yellow, a golden delicious, Granny Smith, and they start to turn brown, and you talk about oxidative stress.
Something we get hit with every single day.
Absolutely.
So it really sounds like learning and working with whole food nutrition and the Tower Garden has really impacted your classroom.
Oh, I've had some years where I had a very, very fussy eater as a student, and I make all my students try it. Sorry, it's the mom in me. Everyone must try it. You don't have to finish it. Everyone must try it. And she wrote to me and wanted the recipe for the kale salad.
Wow.
Yes.
He probably went home and talked about it.
Well, he loved it. He loved it. And there's kids that will have seconds. You know, of course, if you want seconds, go ahead.
That's
That's
great.
awesome.
And then I send all the pictures home as well.
Like, I was just gonna say, you know, you have a little third grader head, and Jen has this cool picture where like,
oh,
the
yeah.
lettuce is like covering the kid's entire head.
Wow.
And I just think that's cool to show the kids, like, look at what you can do. And I just want to make sure people are hearing, because I think it's so different in our country versus other countries, but you're teaching the youth a good way to eat so that they learn it as a teenager and then a 20 something. And then when they're on their own, maybe in their 20s and 30s, they've learned proper nutrition. You know, maybe they lose it, but maybe they go back and they're like, oh, remember that time I made a kale salad? It was really good for me. You know, and it's just a really, really cool process that I think is important.
So do the kids have hands-on experience with growing the food as well on that tower garden?
Well, this year I was very fortunate because there's 20 ports in the tower garden flex, and I had 20 kids. So
Wow.
everyone actually got to plant their own seed.
Wow. What was their experience with that? What's their feedback on being able to grow their own thing?
Oh, you know, excitement. Well, I mean, it's always exciting. Sometimes I think it's more exciting for me than them. Like, you know, you leave over the weekend and you can see the growth. So if we have like even a third day, like a Friday or Monday off, or a 4-day weekend, I mean, the growth is substantial. Like they can see it. But this year they liked to go around to their individual plant to see how it was growing. And then what I also did was, so for example, if we did basil, or if you, Renee, picked a basil seed, I sent you home with basil in a little baggie.
Oh, nice.
So every child took home what they planted.
I love basil. You can just mail it to me. Just send it all to me. I'll take it.
So I know we want to ask Jen why she thought this was a great opportunity for teachers to supplement their income. And I'm going to say, I don't remember if we asked or not. Is that something we already touched on? Like why?
Well, we talked about how I got started, but we didn't talk about why it would be a great opportunity for the summer.
Yeah, why is it a great opportunity for the summer? Like now that your schedule is different, how's your schedule going to work for the summer?
Well, of course, you know, probably every teacher already has a schedule for the summer, you know, mapped out what they're doing. Mine's going to start with eating breakfast on the deck. And then probably I will use that a chunk of time to, you know, reach out to customers, reach out to partners, team members, and watch videos and just continue to educate myself. But we do have that benefit of having off for the summer. And let me tell you, I do work more than 40 hours during the work week. So it's not like I have off the summer. 1 year, I'm going to tangent off. 1 year, I counted every hour after 40 hours. And by November, I had already worked through the entire summer.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
So, but yes, so we do have that flexibility of time in the summer. So during the school year, I tend to go into school before I need to be there. And I'll take 15-20 minutes and work my business. And then after dinner, after we clean up and things, then I'll kind of touch base and see, you know, who didn't I get to in the morning. And most important thing is to be organized so I know exactly who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about. But then the summer gives you that opportunities to, you know, get together, maybe have a cup of wine and wellness, maybe, you know, pool time and smoothies, or even just general juice plus events, but now taking it outside. And you know, there are people that don't work Monday through Friday 9 to 5. So now you have the opportunity to work during the day and reach them. And even, you know, I have the opportunity to meet my friends and go for coffee and have chats. We were just talking about the one individual that I wasn't able to get together because of our schedules being busy, but now I can be available when she has availability rather than just trying to concentrate on the weekend, which is when she works sometimes. So, I mean, there's a ton of flexibility. Last year, I was away for 2 weeks just with dance competition, and then we took our family vacation. So it was a little more than 2 weeks, and I had my planner. Yes, my planner. I had written down all of my people, and I had my phone, and that's all I needed. Stolen moments, sitting in the car, traveling all the way down to Florida by car. You know what I mean?
Literally all we need, computer in your hand.
And like, and so every single day. It didn't matter if I had 1 or 2 people that I contacted, and I was still working my business.
That's awesome. The flexibility that the business allows for. And I believe I've heard them say more times than not, we love you if you do a little, and we love you if you do a lot. So I would say that I'm not familiar with any employers that would allow that type of flexibility. It's usually much more rigid. But the other thing that really draws me into this, Jennifer, are the events that you mentioned. They all sound like they'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, with a group of people.
Well, the pool, the wine and the wellness,
Mhm.
I'm leaning into that and hearing that for sure. But I think too, just in the environment and the culture that we're living in now, it sounds like we're drawing people back into community. And isn't that what we're all looking forward to?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
Absolutely.
sounds like too much fun. That's definitely for me.
And I think one of the reasons that events, we call them events, but it's just a party. It's just, it's the same as if you went out to happy hour. But we'll do them at home to save a little money, or we'll do salad in a jar, or meal preps, or yoga and smoothies.
But it all benefits ourselves as well. So we're making the salads for the week. I mean, whether you're going to come over or not, I'm still going to make my salads in a jar for the
Right.
week. So let's just get together, because I always love all the multiple toppings. So
Yes.
yeah.
And I think
salad in a jar is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I had 3 jars recently that I put in the fridge. And just during my work schedule, it was great just to empty that jar out and dump it into a bowl and be ready to go. 2 minutes flat.
it feels like such control over your health.
It does. It does. And it was always good. I mean, there was different things I put into each jar. Beets. I'm not a huge beet person, but they were really good that day.
And I think what's neat, and what sometimes maybe people don't hear or understand, is the reason we share and we keep going and we keep sharing is you have 3 people here. If I talk to 10 people, that's 10 people. If we all talk to 10 people, that's 30 people.
Yeah.
And then they talk to people, and then they talk to people. And before you know it, we've changed the lives of maybe 300 people who didn't know that maybe there's an easy way for them to get healthy, that maybe you start by taking a 10-minute walk every day.
Yep.
And then in 6 months, your 10-minute walk has become a 5K. And then your 5K becomes a half marathon.
It's just a
And-
building block. It really is.
Building block. That's why we do this.
That's right. And health is wealth, right? And I can say, as I get older, I want a better quality of life so that I can have more energy with grandkids, so I can be participating in fun activities like a 5K, right? So health is wealth for all of us. But what a great gift to have Juice Plus, and to start it with our children and building those good habits from an early age. Just
There's no
like
way-
reading, writing, arithmetic.
Juice Plus has kept you young. There's no way you look like a Grammy.
Woo! Jennifer, you just moved right into that BFF circle, girl.
So if anybody's just tuning in, and I'm sure we're going to close this up soon, but we are meeting with Jennifer and talking to her about being a teacher and why the Juice Plus company is her chosen supplemental income, why she's chosen to have a supplemental income, how she works it into her life, why it's important to her, and how, she uses that supplemental income right now to pay bills, to pay for her product, to go to the beach, to buy a new bike, and she's doing it alongside life, from the back porch, from the bedroom, from the pool, from the beach. Be prepared in 2 weeks. We'll be at the beach.
That's right.
Sister
Can't
Sunday
wait.
beach style.
Sister Sunday
Candy
beach.
style.
Oh, it's gonna be. So it's a really incredible opportunity, and we wanted to share this with teachers as the school year comes to a close, to let you know that this opportunity exists. It's a perfect opportunity for teachers to take advantage of. And we'd love for you to learn more about it as your school year closes out. So when summer comes, you are ready to get started and start earning some cash for whatever, excites you.
Her heart desires.
And not just what excites you, like maybe you need it for bills. And that's something that's entirely possible.
Absolutely.
save
Car
your bills.
payments, vacation plans, maybe you've got an anniversary or a reunion of some sort, and you just want to go out and have a nice meal with some friends.
And not feel guilty.
Going out to dinner these days isn't inexpensive. So all of those little things do add up, and sometimes they're outside of my budget. So it's kind of nice to have a little bit of extra just sitting there to go and have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, there may be bills out there that need to be paid, but if I'm going to earn extra money, I also want to make sure that I can have a good time.
Living your life.
That's right.
Yeah. And this can allow you the opportunity to do that.
And working alongside of smart people like Jennifer and you, Melissa, hey, it's a win-win.
Right back at you, Renee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feel the love.
Alrighty.
Woo.
Well, thank you, ladies. Any last minute nuggets or questions you'd like to add or ask Renee?
No, but I appreciate Jennifer coming on and sharing her experience. I've never been a teacher in the school setting, and I really learned a lot. And thank you so much for sharing your experience. And thank you for what you're doing. You're really investing in those children, and those children are our future. So thank you for all you do.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us on Sister Sunday Memorial Day style.
Well, loved it. Had a great time. Please invite me back. It's too much fun.
I was just going to break out into Whitney Houston, but I didn't think I might break Facebook with my singing.
What were you going to sing?
The children are our future.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that one's a little high.
Yeah. Go for it, girl.
All right, guys.
All
Thank you for watching. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a nice day.